Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is a Black Manga Critic here. We are back. I would say this is gonna be the last stream of the night because I still have to react to Haikyuu, that Haikyuu greatness. All right. We'll see. Maybe I'll react to the Haikyuu greatness tonight. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, early tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. Because I have a couple of other things that I'm gonna do tomorrow. But let's see. Let's see what we're gonna do. All right. We are gonna react to some Promised Neverland greatness. Promised Neverland greatness, y'all. Come on, y'all already know what it is. All right. Had an awesome discussion with Dribble Kenshin, Dustin Reacts. Can't remember the other person that was in the stream. I have to look into that. But everyone that was in the stream was dope. Like, I remember the name of the other person that was in the stream. I just can't remember right now because Dribble Kenshin was the one that like set it up and everything was on his channel. And Dustin was there, and I know Dustin pretty well. I don't know the other person that well, but go check out Dribble Kenshin's channel. He has started what he is called the Safari. His own Promised Neverland discussion where he talks about where we people that love the Promised Neverland talk about the Promised Neverland. So check out Dribble Kenshin. Great content, great dude, super cool. And part 6 of the Promised Neverland discussion that I generally do. That's going to be sometime, probably sometime this week, maybe this Friday. I don't know. I would say this Friday, probably. If not this Friday, yeah, I would say this Friday because like next Monday we're going to be back in the swing of things and everything like that. Spring break's going to be over. So we got to do that this week because I'll have the time to do it and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be lit. We're going to be hyped. We're going to be talking about stuff. So that's neither here nor there, right? We got to get that out. We had to get that out of the way. Let's get to the chapter, all right? This is probably going to be the last thing that I read, I think, for the night. I might do some jumpstart reactions. I don't know if I'm going to do them tonight, though. I might do them tomorrow because I still want to get to some other stuff that I need to do. And I really want to get that stuff done today. Like, I want to get it done today. Because if I don't get it done today, then I'm going to stop thinking about it, and then I'm not going to get it done, and then the rest of the week, so I'm like, So let's get into that Promised Neverland greatness, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. The Promised Neverland, chapter 81, is on page 24 of the April 2nd issue of Weekly Shonen Jump. Let's go. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I know Dragon is gonna come through. That's my guy. Like he always comes through for pretty much all of my Weekly Shonen Jump reactions. Even though he might not read all of those series, I appreciate that so much. It's dope. It's just like it's a great like sort of sign of like people who just like generally committed to the stuff that you're doing. It's a great thing to see. And it's dope, and I really appreciate it. Hopefully YouTube is not awful when it comes to the notifications when it comes to this video, because sometimes it can be really awful and people come in and it's super late. So well, yet again, let's just get into the chapter. Let's talk about it. Let's do it because it's already been 3 minutes. Let's get into it. Whoa, Bayon. What is Bayon doing here? What happened to Zach and Pepe? Huh? Oh, that's a panel, yo. That is a panel, son. What a panel. Chapter 81 is called Defend to the Death. Bruh. Stab. And he's just like, no, it didn't happen. Zach wouldn't go down so easily. Yo. Zach is one of the oldest members of the group, and he knows a lot about treating injuries. Of course he would. He's always injured all over. He was chosen to be medic because he's always hurting himself. Oh, guess it was broken. He's always hurt because he's always doing reckless things. He takes all of the dangerous roles. His physical ability is high, and he jumps into danger without hesitation. He's good at running away as well as using he's good at running away as well as using weapons. Yo, I can't count how many times Zach has saved my life. I'm just glad you guys are okay. Zach is just as skilled as Oliver. Let me handle Bayon. Bayon always hunts with 2 of his subordinates. We have only 5 special bullets that can break their mask. Oh, okay, so they knew that Bayon was coming, right? Okay. We have only 5 special bullets that can break their masks. We can't spare any for the subordinates. Bayon is the second strongest after Lewis. therefore a hassle. That's why I'll take him. I've been watching what he's like and how to counter him. I'll take care of him for sure. You're taking him because he's dangerous to protect the rest of us? No, I'm doing this so no one will die, including me. I've been reckless all this time and never died, right? So who else can handle him? Got it. I'll leave him to you. Right on. Pepe, can you back him up? Nigel and Jillian, as soon as you defeat Luce, please head over to them to offer support. Zach should be okay. Both Zach and Pepe. Yo, he is panicking, man. I guess that's Nigel. He's just panicking. He's like, yo. So why are you here, Bayon? Would it have helped if we had defeated Luce sooner? Or if we had headed over sooner? No, I have to stop. Regretting the past won't help anything. I need to stop him. I need to stop Bayon here and now. Right. Because think about it. If he catches up with Lewis, Nos and Noma, and they band together, our entire plan will be ruined. It will collapse. I don't know why he appeared here, but if he continues forward and exits the forest, he'll enter the village. Lewis is there. We can't keep hiding here and let him go. It's not an option. Calm down and think. Bayon's not with his two subordinates. Does that mean Zach and Pepe defeated them, or are they still fighting? Either way, we just have to stop Bayon alone. But we don't have the special bullets or the gun. Should I go get them? No, we don't know if they're still intact or even if they'd be effective on Bayon. And considering the time it would take to come back, we'll just have to do without them. It's not a good gamble to go get them. So even without the special bullets or the gun, we have to stop Bayon. But how? What's the best move with the weapons we have in this situation? Damn it. Jillian, let's split up. I'll stop Bayon here. You go to where Zach is. Go and confirm what's going on with Zach, Pepe, and that gun. If they're okay, then help them. If the gun is okay, you have to deliver it to Oliver. Oh yeah, that's right. That gun with the and the bullets are all with us in the forest. We first need to crush 3 groups. Sandy and Zach, each of you hold on to one of the 2 bullets meant for Lewis's backup. But we'll break the masks and kill one with 1 shot for sure. This is the flashback panel. Yeah, we'll definitely return with both the bullets and gun. I need to deliver the gun. And I also need to report to Oliver about the divergence in our plan and give him accurate information. Oliver and Emma are waiting for us, not knowing anything. They're keeping Lewis distracted. But how are you going to stop Bayon alone? Don't worry, I have a plan, so go on. Huh? I actually don't have a plan. We don't have a way to kill them normally. That's why we created the special bullets and such. But that was for a plan to have everyone survive, which means there might be hope if I take a method that doesn't guarantee I'll live. I'll use whatever method I can to stop him. It's usually Zach who's reckless. We've relied on him to be that way too many times. So now it's my turn to be reckless. Oh boy. So that's what you're planning, defending everyone to the death. Nigel is right. For this plan and everyone, I should hurry to Zach. Yes, I should hurry. Got it. Good then. Good. Then I'll move after and I count to 3. You go after that. 1, 2, 3. Boom. What? Oh, a whistle? Oh, wow. Huh? Huh? Sorry, I can't do it, Nigel. I can't ditch you here. I'm sick of losing friends. I blew the whistle in a way that wasn't planned. Oliver will recognize that something is off. Let's fight together. Stopping him without the special bullets? You can't do that on your own. But if you want to prioritize reporting to Oliver, then sorry, Nigel, you'd have to be the one to head over to Zach and Pepe. Jillian, what? What is she doing? What is she doing? What is Jillian doing? What is Jillian doing, y'all? What is she doing? Yo, as Dustin would say, Beanie Girl. What is Beanie Girl doing? You know what I mean? With that Meliolata mindset. Yo, facts. What are you doing, Jillian? But also, what was the dude's name? The other dude. What is he doing? I mean, you know that people have to die. What's up? What's going on, Baxter Birch? What's going on, Shuganma? What's going on, Kumanik? Shuganma. Also, I have just ordered volume 1 of what's it called? It's called Otoyomegatari, but in English I think it's a bride story. I ordered volume 1 on Amazon. That is going to be in on Wednesday. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna I want to start getting into the habit of making sure that like whatever it is that I live react to, besides like Kingdom, stuff that I don't have already, like that I have a volume of. So I might check out what's going on with Your Lie in April, and I might see if I can get like the last like volume or something and maybe work off of that. But for the last stream. But it's neither here nor there. What is going on with Jillian? What is she doing? Jillian, what are you doing? And if both of them die, you know what's interesting? Like the way that Shirai Pasuga decided to like say, hey, you know what? Put this really awesome panel but also devastating panel of just like Zack and Pepe just getting stabbed by Bayon. Like, oh man, it was phenomenal, and it worked so well because it allows like for you as a reader to like to panic as much as the dude is, right? Like Nigel, right? It allows you to panic as much as Nigel is, to be like, what's going on? I don't understand, right? Because like right in front of us, Zack and Pepe are getting stabbed by Bayon. And we're not sure if it's a flashback panel or if it's just his imagination or what's going on. We don't know. There is blood. Clearly, there's blood on Bayon's spear, but we don't know where that blood came from. So for me, it's just like this, right? It's just building up this hope. And if Zack and Pepe are dead and we see those dead bodies, if we see those dead bodies, y'all. If we see those dead bodies, y'all. If we see those dead bodies, I can't. Oh my goodness. That was a really dope chapter. It like again, these chapters, right? They do certain things that I think are fantastic. Like that beginning, the beginning of that chapter, fantastic. I'm not even gonna try to rank the chapters anymore unless they're like really, really high. Like unless I'm like, this was a 10, this was a 9, or a 9. I'm not gonna rank them because I'm like, I don't bother. Or unless it's just like a really bad, it's like a stinker, like a 3 or a 4 or something like that. You know what I mean? But that was a really good chapter. Like it was dope. It was far too fast. It was too short. I wanted to see more. That's just how I feel about it. I wanted to see more, but it was a dope chapter. It was pretty cool. Like if I look back through it, the fact that Lord Bayon is the second strongest, like, oh my goodness. The danger, like so much danger, like too much danger. These kids, and we've talked about this in like Promised Neverland discussion streams, right? We generally, like a lot of us agree that we think a bunch of the kids are gonna die. And that's just because the story generally is kind of going in that direction where it's like, if you're not like the Gracefield house, gang, right? Like the Gracefield gang, like if you're not them, you're probably gonna die. You know what I mean? You probably, or death flags are always around you if you're not part of the Gracefield gang. You just how it is. So I think it's generally like they've been good. Like Promised Neverland was like on point. Like I'll say the 70s, when it got into like the 70s, like dope chapters. And the ones previously too have been pretty good. They've been good in terms of setting up certain things. I want to talk about this stuff when it comes to part 6 of the Promised Neverland discussion stream. That's probably going to be sometime this week. Usually the Promised Neverland comes out in terms of a scan on a Monday. Rarely has it come out early, which is good for me because I can just wait till Monday for the next chapters. You know what I mean? Yeah, like I could see Don dying. You know, Gilda, that's gonna be much later on. Gilda's too cool. I like Gilda way more than I like Don. Gilda's cool. I like Gilda's awesome. She's dope. She was like, yo, you don't come back with one of them, I'm blowing up the shelter. Like, real talk. Don't mess around. Like, I love that. Like, Gilda gang, you know what I mean? So, let me just gotta sip my tea. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, it's just hype. It's just hype, hype, hype. You know what I mean? Hype, hype, hype. 2 volumes collecting dust on my shelf. Yo, I have 2 volumes. I got the first volume, and then my fiance ordered the second volume for me. That was like a really nice surprise. Made me very happy. I love my fiance. She's awesome. But yeah, like I'm probably gonna reread them once I have like 3 volumes. Like once I have like 3 solid volumes, or maybe 4. I might wait until volume 4 comes out. I don't know when volume 4 is coming out, but I know volume 3 came out pretty recently. Let me check that out actually. Let me check that out. Make sure volume 4. I mean, what's the date for volume 4? I feel like it's like July or June. Yeah, so that's relatively soon. It's relatively soon, volume 4. So when volume 4 comes out, we gotta read that. You know, I don't know what chapters are in volume 4. I'm not sure, but I gotta look into that. But I'm pretty sure, like, you know, it's gonna be dope. There's gonna be some dope chapters. I mean, all volumes 1, 2, 3. There are 5 volumes that probably cover the Gracefield arc, the Gracefield escape arc. That was like what, 37 chapters, I want to say. Maybe, yeah, 37 chapters, I believe. So like, there should be, I want to say about five volumes. You know, depending on how many chapters they put in the volumes. I feel like they put like 6 or 7 chapters in the volumes or like 6 or 7 chapters in those volumes. So, you know, probably like 6 chapters in each volume. So I would say like, okay, so like 6 volumes will probably cover all of it, if anything. You know, but it depends. It depends on how many chapters they put into it. But I'm gonna have like all the volumes that consist of the Gracefield Gracefield House escape arc. Like, yo, definitely. You know what I mean? Like, just hype. But I have no idea what's my favorite scary movie. I don't know. I'm not sure. But maybe I'll have a stream where I talk about that stuff. I don't know. Let me see. I might see Don. He died. He's a bit hot-blooded. Yeah, Don. Right? You might see Don. Don is the type that, like, you know, he might die early. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Sasori said in Naruto about Deidara. Like, he's the type of guy that dies early. So you know, Don, stop doing things to raise death flags. What chapter will you get into the Promised Neverland? Like for a lot of people, chapter 1. Chapter 1 is the chapter that they got into it because they were like, whoa, because they just you didn't expect a particular thing from chapter 1. But I think like, for me it was chapter 1. Like I wanted to, I got into it like from day 1. So I followed it every Monday, like earlier in the days, like it always came out every Monday. Manga Stream would put it out. That was before I had a Viz subscription. Once I got a Viz subscription, I just started following it on Viz. But that was pretty recently, probably like when I got into like the 60s or something. Maybe even like late 50s, but probably like early 60s. But Neverland starts really, really high. Like it's just like boom, 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 boom. It's just like mystery, a different kind of action. A lot of people compare it to sort of Death Note, but I think that like it's different. It's different from Death Note because like this setting is different. Everything of the stakes are different. You know what I mean? I don't know, 3 movies that I love in 10 seconds. I don't know. Maybe I try a bit later. I want to talk about the Promised Neverland. This is not a stream about movies. Maybe I'll have a stream where I talk about things that I like and some things that I'm into. I've done that in the past, but I can always do another stream like that. But thank you for the question. Thank you for the question, though. Yeah, chapter 1 was awesome, but the real deal is the end of chapter 3. Yeah, chapter 3, like, yo, if you're not in it, after chapter 3, I don't know. That's not to say you won't, but I think like chapter 3 is a really great sort of example of like why people love The Promised Neverland. And I think generally, like, you just read it. I think as a manga volume, it might be even better in some ways, like as a manga volume. Like, I mean, you can read it online, if you want, but I think like if you have the manga volumes, like read the manga volumes, yo, John Boy, you gotta just read that first volume. Just read that first volume, and then you're gonna be like, yo, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I gotta read the second volume. I got the second volume. Why is that collecting dust? I gotta check that out. You gotta do that. In terms of like the chapter and just like a quick sort of review, the thing that I love about The Promised Neverland is like, and it hasn't been super. It's done like a little bit of that more recently in the last like sort of 2 chapters, like. The way, like the panels that just like stun you, you know what I mean? Like they just like, whoa, like this, like the panel with Nos and Noma, like and Nos was eating Noma's, you know, like that, like stuff like that, like that's like a whoa panel, or like the latest panel in this manga, and with the two boys like you know being stabbed, like whoa, like I wasn't expecting that so early in the chapter, like it just it caught me off guard, and that was cool. Any opportunity, just like, you know, pick a day where you're like, you know what, I'm kind of bored, I don't feel like doing anything, just pick it up, start reading the first chapter. That's it. That's kind of what I tend to do. Like for me, like one thing that I found helped with like productivity and stuff like that was just like starting to do particular things, like just getting into the habit of doing certain things. So like for me, it's like now I'm really in the habit of like, you know, vacuuming and cleaning and you know, setting up certain things, doing all those things, you know what I mean? You know, that first arc is, I mean, it's so good. It's so good. And I think some people like, and again, like for me, it's like, I think The Promised Neverland is fantastic. It's probably my favorite, like right now, my favorite manga in Jump in terms of like ongoing manga would be The Promised Neverland. When Hunter x Hunter came back, it was like Hunter x Hunter. Because it was Hunter x Hunter, right? Because Hunter x Hunter is just, yo, and Togashi came back with the fire. Like those chapters were fire. That's all I gotta say about that. But The Promised Neverland is cool. It does a lot of great things. The art is fantastic. I think that's one thing that's really the first arc is like 37 chapters, I want to say, maybe 38. I'm not sure. I gotta check that out. One of y'all can check that out. If anything, but I think it's like 37 chapters or 38 chapters, something like that. Maybe 35. I don't know. Let me look into it, because I know Manga Stream generally holds most of the chapters of like a particular manga before it gets to a particular number. So I think once it gets to like 100 or something like that, then it just like keeps like the latest maybe like 5 chapters or so, and deletes the other ones. But let me see. Yeah, 37 is like, 37. 37 is like the last, like is the last chapter of like the arc, the escape arc, and just the art is just like phenomenal. That's the one thing about this manga that I think it's just beautiful. The art is just beautiful. You know, you can't 37. Oh, that panel, yo, for 37. Oof. You know what? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That panel for 37. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I would say get all the volumes for, like, I don't know where 37 is in terms of the volumes, but like, yeah, Pasuka's just the emotions and like the way that, like, even in this chapter, the way that Pasuka portrayed Nigel's emotions in terms of the panic, the anger, the just devastation, and just with the thought of his friends like being killed by Bayon, right? Like, so stuff like that was like fantastic. I thought it was the panel placement, everything was set up so well. That's the thing that I'm talking about. Like sometimes you have manga where the panel placement is kind of like corny. It's very busy. there's not any sort of real rhyme or reason. Like maybe there is a rhyme or reason, but like the panel placement and like there's too much going on in it, and it messes with the ways in which you follow sort of like the panel and the story and everything like that. But like The Promised Neverland does a great job with that, I think. When it really gets going, it's like it's beautiful, and the art, like you can tell that Pazuka just gets more comfortable as the manga's going along. And generally, that's what happens with like with most manga. As the manga goes along, they get more comfortable with the art, they get a bit more ambitious with it, and everything like that. And Pazuka, like it's just up, just ups her game every chapter, you know. And it's hard. The color pages are phenomenal too. I love the color. Like Pazuka's just like one of those artists that like she's an artist. Like she's constantly making art, not just for the manga, but like just generally. And if you follow her on Twitter, like she's always posting like, you know, a digital like picture of like something that she just created or whatever. And it's always like super dope. It's always like really interesting kind of concept art with like you know, little characters or animals drawn, like, you know, there's a lot of hyperbole. But the colors are always beautiful. Like she's great when it comes to color and putting that stuff together. So like her color pages are always awesome. Like that one color page with like the sort of 4 like panels where it showed like the sort of different individuals that were like the different things that were going on in certain spaces in the world, I guess, of like The Promised Neverland. That color page was phenomenal to me. I love that. But yeah. Mama's phenomenal. Mama's awesome. I love Mama's awesome. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, I can't suggest it enough. You know, and for me, I think The Promised Neverland is one of those manga that in some ways really almost kind of like exposes like One Piece in a way. Like it sort of like says like, you know, and maybe other manga that aren't so like novel in a particular way. You know what I mean? Like it's not that One Piece isn't. It's just that like you can tell that like Oda's gotten into like a little bit of a rhythm in certain instances, in certain like in certain ways, and these other manga are just so fresh and vibrant and are trying to do really interesting things, right? And Hunter x Hunter is kind of a weird sort of exception because like Hunter x Hunter has been around for a long time, but the hiatuses have sort of caused Togashi to like, you know, not put out as much content. But you can tell that when Togashi goes on a break, like he does so much research and he's thinking about so many things. And when he comes back, he puts that all into those pages. He puts that all into the work, into the chapters. So I think One Piece, for me, right now, I just feel like it's a little stale. That's how I feel about it. I think a lot of people don't feel that way, and they're like, oh my God, One Piece. But I feel like, for me, One Piece feels kind of stale a little bit. And sometimes like there's some interesting things, but I think for me right now, it feels a bit stale. And I think that like these other manga, like The Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Hunter x Hunter, Boku no Hero, you know, like right, like My Hero Academia, like these are manga that just like when you compare One Piece to them, like One Piece is like at least like what's going on right now, right? More recently, like the first half of One Piece is phenomenal, but just like really recently, like the stuff that's going on, it's just like I think on the boat like 4 days, but like so much has gone on. You know what I mean? Like a lot. Like so much has gone on in terms of Hunter x Hunter. Like in terms of the boat. Like really is incredible. A lot of really cool stuff. The latest chapters that he had, like the last 2 hiatuses, like when he's come back, yo, I mean, oh boy, like fire content. That's all I gotta say about that. You know, and like yeah, I mean, World Trigger is still on hiatus. That's really sad because I think I genuinely loved World Trigger when it was out. A lot of people don't like the anime, but I liked the World Trigger anime. It was fine, but I understand that people love the manga because the World Trigger manga is great too. It was really interesting. It had a cool concept. It was different in a certain way. Man, I'm really looking forward to Yotome Gatari. I'm really looking forward to that. A bride story. Like that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. You're on volume 4 of what? World Trigger or Hunter x Hunter? Like or are you talking about Otoyo Monogatari? Like a bride story. Which one are you talking about, John Boy? But the Promised Neverland is dope. I mean, I know this is like sort of like, you know, changes to a stream where we're just sort of shooting the breeze, but like, you know, it's a live stream. Like, I'm gonna talk to people that are in the chat, like they talk and they want to ask me questions, they want to, you know, talk. Like, yeah, yo, just keep reading. I mean, like, World Trigger is great. World Trigger is a great manga, and it's another one that I think was like pretty underrated when it, like, you know, when it was ongoing and everything like that. It was really underrated, I think. A lot of people weren't talking about it. They're still not, you know, and right now they're not talking about it because, like, I think the manga is sick or something like that, or is ill or whatever. So, you know, that stuff happens. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, yo, when Trigger's like when they're like fighting, like, you know, internally, and they're like going against each other and everything like that, and those sort of like matches, like move up in rank and everything like that. Those matches are like awesome. Like, they're so good, and the progression of certain characters like works so well, you know, for me. So I think that's why, like, for me, like, I generally really like World Trigger, because it was never like, oh, this character is like incredibly like powerful and they would never get beaten. It's like, no. It doesn't work that way. There was just a lot of ingenuity, a lot of real danger, really struggling to figure out how to beat particular enemies and stuff like that. Great stuff. World Trigger's great. Yo, Jen, yo, shouts out to Jen, though. Shouts out to Jen, yo. Jen from World Trigger is so dope. Just super chill, you know, like, cool dude. He was always hype. He was always hype. Always hype. I really appreciated, like, Jen. Still do. But, like, you know, like, that's what I'm sort of saying. Like, The Promised Neverland is a manga that, again, for me, it's become more and more difficult to sort of keep. And Yuma's cool too. But it's become more difficult for me to sort of like say, you know, yeah, Osama's okay. Osama's okay. But, you know, he's not like that character, like, you're like, I want to focus on the other characters right now. But, like, Osama's okay. Osama's all right. But, like, The Promised Neverland is a manga that what it does, like, is, and especially with the other manga in Jump, again, is that it really, when you compare it to other manga that have been around for quite some time in Jump, you're just like, yo, like, you gotta snazz it up, man. You gotta step it up, do something different. Like, you know, come on. And when people are like, you know, giving this sort of like, you know, these excuses, like, this is something that Oda's been doing for a long time. You know, what do you expect? I'm like, nah, like, he's gotta, you know what I mean? You know, like, it's like, come on, you know, and I think that, like, I mean, I think one of the reasons why I love The Promised Neverland is just because, like, I love Emma as a character. I think like certain characters I just really appreciate. Emma's one of those characters that I love. Like, I adore Emma. And I think that's a big reason why I love The Promised Neverland so much. As on top of, like, the story, like, this, the way that the first arc was constructed, that was, like, masterpiece in terms of shonen arc writing. But Emma's just a phenomenal character. She has a really special place in my heart, just like as like a manga reader, and I think that's why, like, it works for me. And kind of in the same way that, like, some people adore One Piece in a particular way based on, like, you know, characters that they really have an affinity for and stuff like that. You know, so in some ways I get it, but at the same time, like, if I'm, like, you know, doing like reviews and critiques and stuff like that on, like, manga, you know, for me, like, I feel like right now One Piece is just kind of in a place. It's kind of like in a weird place, and I feel like it's gonna move out of that at some point, right? I'm not saying, oh, One Piece is just gonna be bad from now on. I'm just saying right now it's kind of in a little rut. It's in a weird place. I think some things aren't nearly as hype as, like, other people perceive them to be. Not even hype, but just like super, like, important and stuff like that. You know, but, like, yeah. Promised Neverland just doing great stuff. Like, this chapter is like a really sort of good example of just how much time, right? The amount of time that's spent just thinking about, like, characters and their internal monologues and stuff like that. That's important. And it's important to do right. Because if you do it wrong, it's just annoying. And you're like, yo, get back to, like, what's going on. But if you do it right, it works really well with panel placement, images, particular images that are shown in certain, you know, to evoke certain responses from the reader. You know what I mean? Stuff like that is great. It's great stuff. Again, like, I feel like This chapter was dope. It was a dope chapter. It was pretty cool. I liked it. I thought like certain panels were great. I think the internal monologue for Nigel was awesome. I don't know what Jillian is doing, but she gotta stop that. She gotta chill. Like she gotta chill with that. I don't want to see. I don't want to see kids die, obviously, but I know that, like, you know, generally, Promised Neverland is very good about like being like, hey, like, you know, certain things need to happen. And Jillian is a character that, like, you know, she might be dead soon. She might be dead. You don't know. But I do know that there's that other character that was left behind. She definitely dead. She dead. If she's not dead, I don't know about that decision. You know, the one that Nos like snuck up on, she gotta be dead. She's not dead. I don't know what to tell you. Like something's up. Something stinks a little bit. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna stop, because this is going to be a very long video. Even though I have long videos, but you know, I want to stop here because I don't have too much to say about this chapter. But what I will say is that, like, I want to have that discussion, the Promised Neverland discussion, where we discuss certain chapters sometime this week. I think probably maybe Friday I'll do that. We'll see, depending on what I have to do, whether I'm busy or not or anything like that. We'll see. You know what I mean? I might be heading out with friends, doing something. I don't know. But yeah, check out, read that World Trigger. World Trigger is still great, even though it went on hiatus. Like everything before that, like hiatus, is still awesome. And Promised Neverland volumes 1 and 2, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. If you don't, then you don't. You know, like I have no problem with people saying like, oh, I didn't like this thing. I'm not really a fan of this manga. Da da da. I'm like, you know, generally, like, if you're not a fan of a particular like manga, then you're not a fan of a particular manga. You know, and I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, but you gotta read this manga. You know, like, no, I'm not gonna waste my energy doing that. But you know, I can suggest manga and say like, hey, you should probably go check this out, do that. But if you read it and then you don't like it, I'm not gonna waste any more energy telling you, yo, you gotta read it, you gotta get up to this part, da da da. Like, I don't go around telling people that they should, you know, just get up to episode 35 of One Piece. Just get up to episode 35 of One Piece. Like, I don't tell people to do that, because that's ridiculous. It's like, why do I gotta tell somebody to get to 35 episodes before they'll start enjoying the show? You know what I mean? That's a little dumb. You know, so I generally don't do that. I'm like, if somebody wants to get into One Piece, they will. And if they, you know, I'll say, you know, they will. And if they don't, then they don't. Like, I'm still gonna go on and reading One Piece, you know, when I come back to it, because I'm on a break from One Piece right now. I just don't particularly care about what's going on right now. I don't think it's very good. I just haven't thought the writing was very good. But you know, when this current arc ends, I'll get back to it. You know, I'll get back to it, and I'll react to that One Piece, you know, greatness when it is great. Do my thing, you know. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Shout out to all y'all for coming through. At some point I'm gonna do a bunch of things. I'm gonna try to finish Solanine this week, so I can switch that out for another manga. I'm gonna finish Your Lie in April this week. I'm gonna do a double reaction. So Your Lie in April, I'm gonna do a reaction to some chapters. Tomorrow, I might also order Your Lie in April volume that matches up with the like sort of end chapters. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I really want to get to a place where like I'm using official translations for things, you know, one, so that I can have them, and two, so that, like, you know, I can feel better about what I'm doing in certain ways. You know, if I can afford it. I'm not gonna go out of my way and say, okay, I'm gonna start this thing, I'm gonna go buy every volume. I don't got money like that. You know what I mean? But I can, you know, get a volume every now and then. If it's like, you know, inexpensive, it's not like $20-something, you know what I mean? And support, you know? So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shout out to everybody that came through to this live reaction / review. A legit bookcase. Trust me. Just keep, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, just keep working, keep grinding, keep doing that stuff. And you know, if you keep that work ethic up, and you keep like yourself open to like making connections and networking, that's the most important thing. Keep the grind up and keep making connections and keep networking. If you do those two things, grinding and networking, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And just, you know, be a decent person. You know, be like generally, you know, be humble. You know, be generally like jovial in certain ways. You know, and you'll be fine. That's it. All right. I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shout out to everybody that came through. Backs of Birchill, Shuganma, John Boy. Y'all are great, man. Y'all are great. Kumanik, a great videos guy. I don't know if you were trolling or not. If you weren't, great. If you are, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, shout out to everybody that came through. All right. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's tough. What I might do is, like, you know, like if a channel gets big enough, you know, then what I'd like to do is, like, I'd like to start sending like manga to people. Like, you know, they say like, hey, is there a manga that you'd like to like own? Maybe I could, like, you know, donate some like money or something like that, you know, to, and then like, you know, send you like some manga or something like that. Once the channel gets like big enough to a place where like I could actually do that. Right now it's not there, right? But that's another goal for me, to be able to like say like, hey, other people that live in certain countries where maybe English is their second language, but their English is proficient enough to where they can read those volumes, I can send them to like, you know, maybe I can do that if that's like, if you know, certain laws, import export laws like allow that, then that's something that I could do, you know, in the future. So I'm looking forward to that when I get to that place. All right. Again, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shouts out to everybody that came through in the chat, and I'm out.